Alright guys, hello, welcome, and I'm actually going to be casting the finals of the MLG Dallas. We are going to be actually watching the TTOne, who is the protoss spawned at the top, against LiquidJinro, the player on the right. Now, it's kind of interesting to see LiquidJinro in this because he was very active during the beta, but he never did any gigantic tournaments. Like most of the time that I saw him, it was basically on things like the Day 9 Daily, or Day 9 would talk about him. And interestingly enough, we actually have him trying to use only the most effective mineral patches. Because you can see, like, he's not going to try and get just be these two patches that are going to be mining from. And apparently it's laggy. So TT1 is complaining about lag, and LiquidJinro agrees, which is kind of unfortunate. I remember hearing that there was some hiccup in terms of the internet at MLG Dallas, where it actually like cut out during the finals or something. I don't know any details about that, but that's kind of funny if you think about it, to have one of the biggest tournaments ever in StarCraft 2 and have Battle.net 2.0 is just sort of crap out on it. Hopefully they're going to be able to fix that, because that's a terrible thing to actually have happen. But anyway, we do have TT1 going for a 13 gate. So again, he seems like the economy, because we did just watch the Machine versus TT1 games. And he actually went for a 15 hatch in the second game. Just not 15 hatch, sorry, I think third. He went for a 15 Nexus. But now it's to see Jinro playing normally, getting his supply depot, then his barracks, and then his refinery. I have to say, I don't know much about Jinro. He is on Team Liquid. He's been living in Korea, practicing with Team OGS. I know he's an incredibly skilled player. And, but really beyond that, I don't know much. I do know he uses Terran, obviously. And I remember in the beta, in one of the Day 9 dailies that Day 9 did with Jinro, it was basically apparently they played like 10 games or so, and Jinro had won in 9 out of 10 of those games, and Day 9's a pretty good player himself, which is, so it's impressive that Jinro was able to do that. And yeah, I remember that. I remember being funny because Day 9 was talking about how, oh yeah, if you guys ever have your own show and you are losing a bunch of games just against the same person, just cast the one game that you won. And I was always amused by that. But now let's just see. TT1's actually doing a really good job of keeping his probe alive right now. Jinro's going to try and kill it, but yeah, the probe's about to get cornered in there. But yeah, yep, takes another hit, and there we go. And the factory is actually going to block it, but the factory gets seen. That's actually really unfortunate for Jinro, to try and hide the factory and then have it get seen by the probe before it dies. But now let's just continue to watch this. We can see that Jinro's not doing a ton of crazy stuff. He's just sort of sitting in his base, macroing, getting up his tech. And TT1 does seem to have gone Stalker first, so no first Zealot. Chrono Boosted Stalker is actually going to be able to hit this SUV once it actually pops. Yep, there it goes. Now it's started attacking. And TT1 will be able to micro for it to die. And yep, there it is. It does die. Warp Gate is being researched. TT1, let's just see what the building's going to place next is going to be. It's going to be a robo. So we actually might be seeing like a 2 or 3 gate robo. Yep, there's a second gate. And now TT1 wants to continue mining. So we are going to have a fast 2 gate robo going for the robo ASAP the second the SUV died. Now we do have this Stalker going in. Probably going to try to put some pressure on, but Jinro does have a bunker route. So he's going to be perfectly safe from that thing. And we do have a starport, and we actually have a reactor. So the starport is going to produce medevacs. It seems that Jinro is probably just going to do some... Ooh, he's scouting with this factory. I always love seeing this. It's always just amusing to watch a base fly over another base. But yeah, so this factory is going to move around. It's not going to be able to land in here and start creating Hellions, because this pylon there will see it. But this sentry is actually going to start attacking this factory. The sentry does only 5 damage versus it. It only does 6 damage normally. But it's kind of funny to watch a factory take almost no damage. But, oh, is it going to land down here and produce Hellions? I want to see it build Hellions. I don't think Jinro's actually going to do that, but I think just sort of having it there just sort of tease TT1. The TT1 is going for a 1 base build, and the starport does have a Banshee, or it doesn't have a Banshee, but it's building a Raven. I was thinking fast Banshees, the fact that the Tech Lab was on that soon, but it does seem to do a Raven. Oh, he might be doing the Pulled Prime push. Pulled Prime in the GSL did a ridiculous push. Oh, ooh, good job sniping the observer. Let's just see what I actually saw. It did see the Tech Lab on this with the barracks with the reactor on it. And I'm trying to think about what TT1 would assume when he sees that. I'd imagine TT1 would assume Banshee. Like you can see, he has his Stalkers and Sentries back here. But there's going to be no Banshee. It's going to end up being a Raven. And I really think Jinro is going to be doing the... Okay, here's a Banshee. I think he's going to just push it with his main army and then just go for like a one-push win against TT1. Like TT1's going for the expansion. So that will weaken him in terms of having units to defend this. And the Raven's going to be able to actually throw down a point defense drone. Like you can see right now, it's just patrolling, trying to just take away any observers that try and come back in here. But we do have the factory that's still raised, so we can just use the factory just to push back if he wants to, just get some scouting. But we do have zealots out here. And the really crazy thing about the Pult Prime push is the fact that with this Raven, he'll be able to throw down point defense drones. So 20 shots from a Stalker are actually going to be essentially useless. But now, yeah, here we have Jinro expanding, repositioning his bunker. He did just salvage it and build another one down here. But let's just see. We do have okay, the Banshee is out. The Banshee is going to probably do some harassment, as we can see. And he's actually finding a hole, but look at this. We do have the Observer and Sentries and Stalkers over here. But now let's just see. The Banshee's going to be up here. It's going to wait for another friend Banshee. It does not seem so. Okay, here we go. He's going to push in with this one Banshee. Just see how many kills it gets. He's just sort of sitting there. Interesting. Okay, but okay, now it goes in. He's going to get a couple probe kills. There we go. There's one. Yeah, it gets one one probe kill. And so just move on to the expansion over here. Stalkers and Sentries are moving back, and oh, Jinro is just okay. Gotta go, and yep, there he takes out one more. He'll probably just retreat now and pull back to his main army, or try and do another thing. But okay, there's another Stalker is actually warping over here. It's gonna get hit. Colossus actually gets seen. It's kind of a big deal, but there we go. Jinro is gonna have to pull back, get his Banshee out alive, and we do see that there is another Banshee on the field somewhere. Oh, yeah, it's over here taking out a pylon. Oh, that's actually kind of cool that the Banshee just going to sit there and take out the pylon. So effective Banshee's around, just getting 2 probe kills and a pylon kill. So not bad. Let's just see and wait for the push. We do have this factories and go over here, try and scout for a third. Let's just land there too. So they're going to have a manor factory again. But now let's just see. Okay, Barracks is getting a tech lab. I'm sort of just waiting for the push. Okay, good. Jinro is actually repairing his Banshee. So he's going to try and get that to be as effective as possible. But here we have, oh, another Banshee. We have 3 Banshees out. We have the Raven and we have Marines. Where's the other? Okay, they do have a Marine Marauder Force down here, so I was wondering where the rest of his army is. But now these Banshees are here. They're going to be able to do some damage and come back here. But there is a Stalker over here. And oh yeah, look, here we go. We do have the other forces for TT1 down here. It even has an Observer with them, just in case that these Banshees have Cloak, but they do not. Jinro is still going to be able to do a fair bit of damage. And now, oh, he's splitting up his Banshees. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yep, there we go. TT1's going to try and take out this Banshee, while these Banshees are going to take out the Stalker. Yep, take out the Stalker, and just move away. They did some damage. They're basically keeping TT1 on edge. TT1 is actually at 100 food right now against Jinro's 99 food, so the food counts are essentially identical. And TT1's actually is getting able to mass up a lot of Colossi. So TT1 is actually going to have a fairly good army right now. But you do have Vikings out, so Jinro is getting Vikings because he was able to see the fact that Colossi were coming out. He does have a Raven with full energy, very interestingly enough, and without feedback. Feedback is really what TT1 could use right now. If he had feedback, he could feedback the Banshees and feedback the Raven, because the Raven has more actual mana than health. So one feedback on a fully charged Raven would actually kill it. So now we do have the Vikings that are going to be out here. They're going to be able to move in. It does see that Jinro is actually going to be able to push out. And he's actually getting his command center. So he's going to be able to do an expansion. So let's just see. Okay, so that pro's going to die to a massive armor, which is kind of funny to always see that. But yeah, Jinro didn't repair these 2 Banshees, so they do have about 80 health hit to them just as a whole. He's going to scout around, try and see if there's a third base over there, but he doesn't. He knows there's no third base up here because of this factory. And now let's just watch and see how he's going to use these forces to really push in. He's just sort of dolling around, but what's up with these 2 probes? They're just going to sneak by, I guess. I think it's kind of a misclick not to do that, but yeah. So TT1 actually wants to expand, but the factory's going to be there preventing it. But oh, look at this. Jinro is actually pushing forward. dealing damage to the Colossi using the Vikings. But alright, here we go. Stalker's gonna be over there. Point defense drone was thrown down. Stalkers are not doing anything to these guys. The Colossus goes down for free. And now Jinro just has a ton of infantry down here. They've stemmed, they're doing damage. Vikings are getting vision, their medevacs are out. Alright, yeah, this is getting crazy. We do have Stalkers just dying. Jinro has such a large army that's still left, and TTOne just does not have much left. Oh, yep, there's GG from TTOne. The Colossus was coming out, but it was getting free. He's getting hits just taking on it. So really good use of the point defense drone. This is a very late Pult Prime push from Jinro, very effective. And let's go on to the next game.